Hey, what's going on YouTube? Lomax here, back with another video. I made a video earlier, but it got interrupted. So I'll restart the whole video. Happy holidays to you guys, those of you who celebrate it. I personally don't. If I do go around, show my face, and I leave. So today's video, what I wanted to get into is that going through the things that I went through, through an emotional, manipulative, abusive relationship. I see a lot now. I see a lot, and I've learned a lot, and learned to pay attention to the red flags that I've never saw before. Nor was I ever taught about. I think a lot of us was never taught about these things. So, of course, I'm gonna give you a true story, a true tale, and I hope you guys enjoy it, and let me know what you think about the video. So let's get into it. So, a few months back, it was an older lady. I remember trying to talk to this lady back when I was super young, right? Early 20s, probably 18 or 19. She was probably in her, mid to late 20s at the time. Yeah, I was doing that, y'all. Young and dumb at one point, right? So anyway, long story short, this girl, she hits me up out the blue. Because I had dealings with her before, but that was a long time back, right? And it wasn't nothing sexual or anything like that, just conversating or whatnot. And basically, she asked me how I'm doing, long time no see, this and that, right? And of course, we swapped numbers, because like I say, I try to get out my comfort zone, right? I'm in a truck 2 weeks at a time. I'm used to my own company. But I said, let me get out of my comfort zone and have a little fun, because there's no fun and games out here when you're doing this, when you're driving big trucks and all that, right? I'm sure a lot of y'all know. So I decided to hang out with her. She set up something, and I participated. We went to get some food and all that. Talked for a few days. But see, the whole time in my mind and in my gut, something was telling me, even when we was eating, I enjoyed the conversation, but something in my mind was just telling me, okay, she's full of crap. Yeah, that's what my mind and my gut was telling me. She's full of it, And again, I'm a great conversationalist. I entertain a good conversation. Not small talk, though. I'm not big on small talk. I like intellectual things that make you think, reflect on things, right? But it's all good. So we had a good time that night. And, she goes on about, how she missed me. Yeah, I said it. She goes on about how she missed me. Not the night, but, a few weeks after that, because she started, I guess she was trying to be consistent, which is she was. She would call me at night. And at night, you guys, really around 4 or 5 p.m., 6 p.m., I don't be wanting to, really conversate like that. Long day on the road, having to wind down a bit. And I don't mind talking to her. Let's just say that. I didn't mind talking to her. She went out her way, see how I'm doing, which was cool. But again, in my mind, to myself, don't get comfortable. Just don't get comfortable. I'm not used to people checking on me, and that's fine. If they do, that's awesome too. But I don't get comfortable with it. Y'all have heard my stories. To me, attachment is dangerous. There is a such thing as healthy attachment. But I have many reasons why I can sit here and explain that attachment, it can be dangerous. So as I was saying before, she's consistent, saying all the right things, which I know now. Difference of opinion and all that. She wanted to talk about politics. I don't care about all that. Right? Uh, Left side, right side, don't matter. Same wing of the same bird. Um, Two faces on the same coin, right? So I'm gonna speed this up a bit, right? So as time goes along, like I said before, she was consistent. She liked to talk on the phone, which is cool. I don't like to talk like that on the phone. Even sometimes during the day, because like I say, let's just be honest, you guys. Most people, I think, they don't talk about nothing. That's not me being arrogant and rude. I'm just being honest. I don't want to get asked the same questions. Oh, hey, how you doing? What did you eat today? Yeah, that's nice. But you asked me the same thing yesterday. I don't know what else to say on that. Let's talk about something more interesting. So usually I find myself carrying the conversation, which is fine. But again, I think sometimes, for us intellectuals, in a way, we could say a lot of things to where some people, they're not, where that level is yet, which is fine because we all different. We all get stimulated from different things, right? So basically, long story short, again, over time, I remember this one time, she started telling me, well, when you come off the road, I want to invite you to this on Sunday. I'm cooking a pork roast and all that, this and that and the third. And I'm like, cool. And I made it very known up front. I say, listen, I'm just gonna be very direct with you, right? I'm not the type of person you can tell something to and you don't follow through with it, And I explained to her, reason being, listen, I'm gone a lot. If you telling me you basically telling me to look forward to something, and when you don't do it, you know what I mean? Listen, you only get one chance with me now. I don't care if it's friendship, it don't matter what it is. Once I learned to let people go and just cut people off without a care in the world, that changed. That changed. I do it to protect myself, and I do it for people so they don't have to waste their time. I can cook my own food. But anyway, so she said, well, things happen. Well, I get things happen. That's fine. And of course, the 2 days when it was time for me to be off, you think she did what she said? No. I didn't say nothing about it. She called me and she said something about, well, I know you're upset. I don't get upset. Not anymore. Especially when it comes to people. I don't get upset at people. I started to see people for who they are. Right? And I would expect people to do the same as they see me. Right? So this was the icing on the cake one time. I personally had no intentions of, being in a relationship with her. I already made that very clear. But apparently she liked me. Right? Anybody like you in the beginning. But when you start setting those boundaries very clear, it ain't gonna be too much of liking. It's gonna be more of despise. Right? So one night she calls me. She wanted me to come to her place or whatnot. And of course she bagged out, which really was a nail in the coffin for me anyway. At that point, I wasn't taking her serious. I don't take people no more serious than they take themselves, right? So she calls me one night. I remember, man, it was raining, it was pouring down. I had just came back from Wild Wings by myself. Yes, by myself. Finger licking good. I can have a good time by myself. Someone want to join along with me? If you cool, I think you all right. I don't mind the company. But if you bring in chaos, no ma'am, no sir. Nope, 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 nope. You gotta go. You can close the door behind you, and don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you, right? On with the story. So she called me and she tells me basically, out the blue, well, I'm not really ready for, relationship and all that. And I'm just like, what in the world? I never said nothing about that, right? And she just kept going on and on. It started sounding like bees in my ear. And she was like, basically, she wanted to step back, which is fine and all that. And long story short, like I say, she stepped back, and she stepped back for a long time, months. She stepped back for months. And a few weeks back, I was chilling, right? Minding my own business. I had time off, and I get a random message from this person. And she tells me she made a mistake. A mistake? So she called me and she explained to me. She was like, yeah, when she stopped talking to me, she felt as if she made a mistake. Game. That ain't nothing but a game. No. No, I'm not a mistake. You're not about to play with me. I don't play those type games. And I was very direct with her. I'm just gonna give it to y'all very blunt, right? She tried to come back and I guess establish a friendship or something. No, we ain't friends. We ain't none of that. I don't allow women to put me in no friend zone. I don't do that. I remember when I was young, that used to happen. Nope, not anymore. I was open and I was very direct with her. Listen, if we ain't talking about three things, if you ain't bringing me a piece of steak, a piece of mine, and a piece of you, figure out the rest. Straight like that. This is how, of course, in a respectful way, I had to explain this to her. You had your chance. I really enjoyed, talking to her. She was consistent. I really liked it. She was cool, laid back. But like I said, I started trusting my gut. I started trusting my mind on how certain women operate. And I'm sure you as women out here, y'all know how certain dudes operate, right? Like I said before, you're not going to tell me that you made a mistake. I don't like to be last, especially when it comes to me investing. Because if I invest my time into someone on my time off and all that, my time is valued just as the next person. I'm not going to let you play with me like that. I don't care who you are. It's not going to happen. And I told her, I liked you. But again, long story short, she got the point, you guys. She got the point. And again, what did she do? She said she's sorry for bothering me. Well, like I say, you can't bother me. I won't allow you to bother me. Goodbye. So basically, she basically said goodbye first, right? Like, people really think that maybe most people don't figure it out, People think that you can be treated like a second or third option. I don't like that, man. I was telling y'all in one of my last videos, the quality wasn't good on it as far as the video, because I was driving. I had a homeboy who I was cool with, man, and he pretty much pulled that stunt. I haven't talked to him in like a year. Yeah, phone works both ways, but yo, where you been? You know what I'm saying? He tell me he been with his other friends. Well, where they at now? Nah, I ain't interested in being friends and buddy. No. You know what I'm saying? If a person can't speak with you or conversate with you, you know what I'm saying? There's almost a year. Yeah, I get it. People are busy, man. Nah, you keep it pushing. You not about to sit here and tell me you've been cool and buddy with your friends. And I guess when they not around, you feel the need to think about Lomax. It's not how it works. For those of you who's listening to this video, make sure you put yourself first and you love yourself first. Because a lot of us wasn't taught that. Especially as men, we was taught, give up our peace and give up our freedom, I guess, feel some type of affection and connection with a lady or whatever, friendship, I don't know. But that's out the door with me. Like I say, if someone's cool, they laid back, you're not messy and bring chaos. Like as I said, those three things. Somebody that brings chaos to you, immediately get them out of your life. Don't deal with them no more. Cut them off. Like I said, I'm not attached to anything at this point. And that's the way I like it for now. Is it fear? No. I got tired of being burnt. Because I know when I come and I show up, I give it my all. But anyway, that's kind of the story, you guys. I just wanted to get that off my chest and share that with y'all. As I said before, it's about to be a new year. Happy New Year to those who celebrate it. And this was a rough year. This was a rough year, you guys, for a lot of people. But as I say before, you keep your mind strong. You stay prayed up. And you cover your six. Even when you're watching some of these YouTube videos, sometimes we need to put our mind on a diet from what we watch and what we look at. Because it causes a lot of brain fog, confusion, listening to other people all the time. There's some pretty good water right there. I buy electrolytes to put in it. For those of you who drink water, make sure it has, it's alkaline certified, or, go to your vitamin shops, GNC or something, and buy you some of those electrolytes, little packets. They work. Keep you hydrated. Keep your mind right. But I want to thank those who listen. I would have never thought in a million years that people would be listening to my videos and hearing what I have to say, sharing my experiences and my thoughts. But as I said before, I appreciate it. Leave a comment, like, subscribe if you like what you hear. And just be careful, you guys. Wolves come in sheep's clothing. That's very real. Be careful who you allow in your space, in your aura. Because a lot of times, and most of the time, A vampire can only get close to you if you invite them in. Peace.